Hi, this is Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. This is a battle on the Glacier map, and we're following Medsparkz from King's Clan in his Tier 8 Polish medium tank, the premium CS-52 LIS. So this tank was available in the marathon missions recently, so there's a few in the game now, and it's also in the premium shop. So he's heading to the middle, which is a good position for spotting tanks moving around and spotting TDs moving into position, that sort of thing. So hopefully he'll get some support there. So the first thing he's noticing is this BADATTANKING 12T going up the ramp on top of the aircraft carrier. He manages to get a shot in, and 350. Okay, that's a big roll. Let's have a look at the damage potential of the standard shell. Okay, so average damage is 320, so again, yep, that was a high roll. So, doesn't look like a lot of ammo capacity. It looks like about 34 rounds, so we'll just see what happens there. Now, he's on a mission as well. The mission is MT11, which is to ram a tank to death and win the battle and survive for the secondary conditions. Now, he's noticed a couple of tanks in the middle, just stationary, which is really odd, or I should say not odd, but yeah, not really representative of good gameplay from the enemy side. So the AMX M449 and the VK4502A. This also is a Tier 8 battle, full Tier 8, so good matchmaking there for this tank, but also for everyone in the game. That you do get full Tier 8 games occasionally on the Hong Kong server, so that's useful. Now, this is an odd thing also, T26E5 Patriot going up the ramp, pretty slow tank, so Medsparkz has managed to get 2 shots into him already. Don't think he'll last all that long there. But he's already put in a bit of damage there. He's up to 2k damage already. Got a Lorraine 40T just pushing on this slightly, but not really trying to crest. And the tanks in the middle that he's been shooting know he's there, and they're trying to blind fire him, but they don't have good vision. If you can look at the vision circle on the mini-map, they're right on the edge of Medsparkz view range, so it's quite likely that they can't see him even when he fires. And given that they're basically offering their sights to him, yeah, they're not really showing great awareness. So VK45A2 goes down, he puts another shot into the M449, and he's basically a one shot now, and manages to get the kill on him. So to do that, he's switching to premium rounds, but he's only got 3 of those left, so see whether he needs them for the future. Just pulls back to see whether he's got shots on the mediums that are pushing down the sort of east side of the map. That's again common position for mediums to take, and which he doesn't have the opportunity, but he notices the Lorraine 40T is facing away from him, gets a good shot into the rear, switches back to standard rounds there, and there's the SU-130PM, sort of an odd position for a tank destroyer to be in, not really going to be all that productive. Most of the shots you'd only get from that position, you'd either have to crest or basically have tanks pushing over and shooting at them, which you may as well be back on the balconies near the cap area. So again, just a bit of an odd sort of situation. So not enough gun depression there to pick up the SU-130PM, or as my good friend Stewie JP likes to call it, the half-past-1. Good dad joke there. But nonetheless, Stewie, here we go, confused myself there. Medsparkz is just trying to change the angle slightly, whether that gives him the opportunity to shoot on the SU or on the others, it's a bit hard to tell. So he notices there that the enemy CS-52 LIS has just shown his side. He gets a shot in, but just manages to do track damage, or that's how it appears anyway from the damage indicator. So not knowing where they got the result there, he's already up to 4k damage, so getting a lot of work out of this position. Now he notices the Scorpion G there in the mid balcony. Looks like that shot just went into the rock next to it. It's a pretty narrow gap there, but he's just seeing whether he's going to get another opportunity there. Can't necessarily afford to do a lot of blind shots here. He's got 10 standard rounds left and 3 premium with 4 HE. Now We'll see whether he gets the opportunity to do his ramming, but definitely not at this opportunity. Pretty much going to be a late match move if you are going to ram, because you obviously got to be right in the face of an enemy. So here the Lorraine 42 is offering his rear again, so he just taxes him for that, but he does take in a shot from the Scorpion G, which does a full whack of 546 damage to him. The armor is not that strong on the hull. The frontal armor of the turret is pretty good, around 190 millimeters, but the hull frontal armor is only 80, so no problem at all for the Scorpion to go through. But nonetheless, he's doing a good job here, just basically maintaining the center of the map, giving awareness to the other tanks of general positions, and the tanks on the east side seem to have slowed down there or been blocked. They're not really pushing all that hard. There's a guard there which is full health, plus the SU-130 PM. Well, anyway, as long as they can maintain their health, there's still 9 minutes in the game left. They're up by 2 tanks and about 2,000, just over 2,000 hit points, so they've got a slight advantage. But again, that can change pretty rapidly in the course of a match in a few minutes, so just keep an eye on how that's turning out. So again, what we're seeing here is just medium players showing patience. Medsparkz is looking for opportunities. He's not overexposing himself. He's just trying to get angles and views on potential targets. And if one of the tanks in the middle tries to push on him, he'll basically be able to react and do something. So Lorraine 40T looked like it was trying to go up the ramp there, just noticing him on the mini-map. But will he get another chance to shoot at him? A bit hard to say. Looks there for the Scorpion, but that Scorpion would be right on the edge of his view range unless the Scorpion fires. But hang on, there is the Scorpion. That's the one that was in the center. And can he get a shot on him? Just goes over the top of his head. So looks like he doesn't have that Scorpion then facing him, so that's good for him. Puts a shot into the rear, gets a good reasonable roll there. 339 damage, I think that was. Yep. And there's the rear of the Scorpion just facing him, but just a bit too far away. Now, for some reason, he switched to premium rounds there. I'm not sure if that was a mispress on the keypad, but he's only got 2 premium rounds left. But then he does have that VK 100.01p there, so he's managed to get a side shot into him. And he's looking at the Scorpion, and oh dear, well, looks like he's wasted his last premium shell there. That was a blind shot, and the Scorpion must have pulled back a bit too far, because that definitely didn't connect. So we've got the rear of Object 252U there, the Soviet heavy tank, and that standard round went through without a problem. Scorpion there showing his rear, gets another hit in there with a standard round, down to 40 hit points. That's basically one shot for anyone. And is he going to back up enough? Yes, he does. So there goes the Scorpion. So at least they've got rid of those tanks there. The VK showing his rear, yep, no problem going through there with even with the standard round there. I think you've got about 190 pen on the standard round, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, 208 penetration. So it's actually quite a reasonable round there for a standard round. The enemy CS-52 LIS comes down the ramp there, gets a good shot into him. He's now on his HE rounds. He's only got 4 rounds left and they're all HE. So let's see whether that's going to do him any use. So we know we've got the SU-130 PM down there and probably full health. There's the T-44 at the enemy side. Can he get a round in? He does, but it only does 71 damage. So this is one of the disadvantages of standard tank HE rounds, is they don't necessarily draw a lot of damage without good penetration. Now this SU-130 PM just took a hit and he's fired, so he's got an opportunity to get a couple of shots in. That one only did 154 damage. He's got 2 rounds left. Can he ram him? No, he took a hit from the Scorpion G. There's one more Scorpion G left. Can he get another hit in? Yes, but it must have eaten by the track, so it didn't do any damage, and he's got 1 shot left. Can he get it in? Yes, but he takes the hit from the SU, and the SU goes down as well, but that's the end of Medsparkz in terms of his contribution to the game. has he put his team in a strong enough position to win is the question. So they're only one tank up, they're only 400 hit points up on the enemy. We've got the VK-101 heavy tank there with good frontal armor and taking up position behind the tank is showing enough to the Scorpion. So the Scorpion G manages to take him out, and all of a sudden they're 3 tanks up. The SU-130 PM managed to destroy that T-44. He was pretty much a one-shot down there, and looks like they're taking some damage in there. This is Medsparkz switching around, by the way, in his replay. The 130 PM now is facing the STA-1, managed to get a shot in, but the SU-130 PM is a one-shot and in fact goes down to the STA-1. There's the Lorraine 40T. Now, one thing about the 40T, not great gun handling. When you've got to move the turret, you get a lot of dispersion. So although the Scorpion G took a hit from the Lorraine, yeah, he did manage to connect with the second shot, even though you get about 3 seconds between shots. But that's the end of the Lorraine anyway. The VK-101 on our side managed to kill him off, and the second of our SU-130 PMs finished off the STA-1. So that means there's only the remaining Scorpion G left. Got an interesting name, looks like it's Kapow, which is a great name for a tank destroyer with a big hit. But last seen there on the map at F8. So we'll see whether he manages to get any more kills. But there are basically 3 tanks up, so it should be a good win if yeah, they don't all arrive more than 15 seconds apart, which can happen. I've seen it happen before, so never can quite predict what's going to be the outcome. But the Scorpion G is rushing across, not lit, so pretty good technique to try and head as directly across as possible if you've got the speed to make sure you get under the guns, and meaning yeah, they can't get enough depression on you to shoot. Is it going to be enough? Is he going to get an angle? Bit hard to see at the moment. There's certainly the Scorpion G hasn't been spotted. If he was still in his original position, the SU-130 PM would have proxied him, and the SU's basically down to a one-shot, so he's not going to push. VK-101 could be one-shot to a Scorpion, but let's see. And the 703-2 definitely would take 2 shots to kill, so he's going to push up, it looks like. Certainly he's getting onto cap. The Scorpion G finally reveals himself, takes out the Scorpion G on our team. The 703 manages to put a shot into him and finally kills him with his second shot. So excellent victory, and well done Medsparkz, 7.5k damage. So let's take a look at the results. That was a Ace Tanker game, pretty naturally. You got the Confederate Medal and the High Caliber Awards. You also got his first Mark of Excellence, so well done Medsparkz. You're on your way to your second and third ones, I'm pretty sure. 75-11 damage, and a very small amount of assisted damage, only 106, and that's mainly because most of the tanks were lit by him and unable to be shot by this. So you got 1641 base experience, which is a really good result. That's a very high mark. 3 kills there, which helped along, and good support from the SU-130 PM. Did 3k damage himself. You can see there is shot 35. That was all the shells he carried, as we saw. 30 of those connected and 23 penned, 23 I should say, and even with all the premium ammo being used, he still made 75k. So well done Medsparkz, great result.